Yes, my story isn't really anything special. Ever since I was very, very tiny tot, I was a big football fan. I started going to football when I was about 5 or 6. I had a season ticket, and I decided when I was a teenager I wanted to be a sports journalist. When I decided I wanted to be a sports journalist, that's kind of when I realised that I'm a girl, and often people don't like girls talking about football, which was odd. Having been a little girl growing up and going to football with my dad and making all my friends pretty much through football, I never really thought about being a girl. Isn't that odd? And then when I applied for work experience, applied for jobs, people thought it was odd or a mistake that a teenage girl would be wanting to write about football. I did eventually. I did my work experience at a local paper. I ended up working for the local football club for a bit, and then I became a freelance journalist 10 years ago. I started covering the World Cup in 2006 for The Guardian. I've worked for The Times since then, for Eurosport as well now. So, that's pretty good. But one of the things that I started to consider, probably about 5 or 6 years ago now, and I thought, all the literature that's been written about football over the past 20 years, things like Nick Hornby's Fever Pitch, for example, which I'm sure many of you have read, lots of research has been done about kind of hooliganism and stuff. And I was reading this stuff because I was interested, and I thought, none of this is like my experience of football ever. I've always found it a really positive experience, but there's never been anything written about women in football. And so I started doing some research then. I did my PhD a couple of years ago. And now I'm doing some research into how female footballers can inspire a next generation of female players. So that's me.
Brilliant.